Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to episode 2 in our Back to Basics video series. And if I'm able to actually upload this today, then that means we have gone 2 for 2, and we've uploaded twice in a row, 2 days in a row. You guys know I am challenging myself to do 30 days in a row. So I don't know if I can do it. I'm gonna try to do it. It's nice to get these done on the weekend so that I can actually put a few clips together for you guys. So during the week, the videos are probably going to be a bit shorter, might not even have a commentary on it. And I'm not really going to talk too much, which is kind of weird for me. I'm just going to kind of jump in when I feel like it. But yeah, let's just let the clips go, and I hope you enjoy. This one was really, really nasty. Almost every time I invade one of these dark Anor Londo fight clubs, the same thing happens, and I just get completely annihilated. And that's exactly what happened here. These guys just, I mean, first of all, do we need the goddamn Hornet Ring? It's a bit much, dude. The buff and the Hornet Ring, it's like, okay, dude. Not that I put up much of a fight against him, I really didn't, but it's like, whatever. And no compilation is complete, of course, without a good old disconnect. I did try to invade that guy again later, and he disconnected again, so ultimately I just said fuck it, and I moved on. Now you'll notice I took my Chaos weapon off here, and then I put on my plus 10. There is something funky that happens. Yeah, look at that. There's something just wild that happens with some of these sorceries when you invade. It's like, someone was telling me there's like invisible soul mass, whatever it is. So, you know, the guy's gonna do something stupid and shitty like that. I can't let you win like that, dude. That's horse shit. Like, GG, you fucking cow. Pull that shit on me. But, you know, it is an invasion, and anything goes. It's nice at this soul level that, soul level 40, there's a few areas that are available to you for some multiplayer. And of course, I have not been past Anor Londo either, like I was saying in the last episode. So I would like to expand my geographical horizons, if you will, but I don't really feel the need to at this point. Nice high-speed bow from this nice young man. Let's get to it there, boy. I wasn't really sure this guy even wanted to fight. Like, he'll run in and take a swing, and he was kind of bopping around a bit, which was... It's like, any time you get in a fight with someone and they're bopping around, it's like, ah, fuck. Well, when's all the damage coming? In 5 minutes? And some of these guys who might not be as seasoned in PvP as some other guys, it's like, dude, if you keep swinging, I'm just gonna keep trying to parry you. But we'll see one in a bit there that's really, you know, sometimes that just doesn't work. It worked this time, but it doesn't always work. You gotta be pretty sharp. I sped this one up because another AFK guy, and I felt bad for this guy, but you know, I give you all the chances in the world, and you boys have to learn. You cannot go AFK here. And I actually ended up invading that guy 2 more times later on. And I just let him go to the boss. Like, the second time I invaded him, he just went to the boss. I guess he ate shit in there. And then I invaded him again, and I just kind of ran in with him, saw who he was, and then I was like, alright, I'm just gonna leave. And I ended up putting my sign down. Maybe he could have summoned me, but I never got summoned, so I imagine he did beat him. ONS, that is. This guy started to take it to me, which was whatever. Didn't want to get too R1 spammy on him. And for whatever reason decided to switch it up to the Claymore for a little bit of range. And that was a nice R2 from him. And now I'm trying to think, like, I need to get rid of this guy. And he did chug before, but I felt like if he had any juice left, he would have backed off and chugged, and then I would have backed off and chugged. But I thought, you know what? Let's just try to tighten this guy up. And again, like, if I eat shit to these guys, I don't really care. If it's a matter of I feel like I should have won and I lost, then that's one thing. And it's not like I'm going to cry acorn chips about it either. It's just a game. This was one that I thought I probably could have won, and it just didn't really go the way I wanted. I had some good moves in this one, but you'll see. Just kind of things. Sometimes it's just the odds are against you no matter what, and you can try to even up the odds, which we will see that's what happened in this, but sometimes you're just wrong place, wrong time, and there's not a whole lot you can do about that. And I like the host's outfit here. I think that's pretty sharp. Looks like the Tarkus stuff with the Black Knight sword. I like that. You see a lot of noob... Yeah, look at this guy trying to charge up R2, like... Or the... I don't know you want to call it that in this game, but just an R2. You are not going to hit anybody with a charge up R2 in PvP in this game. So that is definitely a noob. Look at this guy. And if you don't know, you don't know. But take it from me, you ain't hitting shit with that. I got hit with one of those not long ago, which was a spacing thing. Under normal circumstances, you're not gonna get hit by that. Excuse me. And now we're in trouble. We gotta get out of here. And Phantom doesn't give a shit. And this was the point where we kind of evened up the odds a bit, because that host tried one of those R2s again and went right into Solaire's face with it. And I'm in my menu here trying to get some purple moss happening. And the host really should have attacked me there. I'm not entirely sure why he didn't. And this Phantom had all the patience in the world. He was very, very cool about the whole thing. It's like he knew the outcome of the fight before anybody else did. He was actually a cool guy to deal with. We got into the meat grinder here. That was pretty ugly. And we were talking about bows and stuff, like, you know, tuck in behind a pillar first if the guy's shooting at you, you dumbass. And another noob mistake from the host here, like, you can't just keep swinging at someone who's trying to parry it. But, you know, we will see that sometimes R1 spamming is going to get you the win. It's easier than you think. And this was where it all fell apart here. I thought I was maintaining a pretty good pace with this, but just kind of out of position, got a backstab from that big bonky boy, and that was the end of that shit. So GG to those guys. I love the thrill of the random invasion. You never know what you're gonna get. Could be another gank situation like with these nice young fellas here. And would have been nice if I'd had one of my elemental weapons on, because... And let's pick a better time and place to chug. You know, I just did a video on that. Like, you can't just chug wherever you want. That's a great way to get killed. Luckily, we were able to get out of that situation. I love how I say I'm not going to do much commentary, and then I just do commentary for the whole thing. It's pretty good. Like, the plus 10 stuff, when you got no points behind it, it just does terrible, terrible damage. And in a gank, it didn't really matter in this gank too much, but like, you kind of want to eliminate your opponent or do as much damage to him as fast as you can, because you don't want it to turn into a chugging contest, because you got two guys who are probably, one of them might have as much as you, 10, the other one's got double that, probably. You don't want to get into a Estus war of attrition with two gankers. That's the worst. And this was ridiculous. We just go back and forth over and over again. It's like I just do physical damage with this plus 10 Gargoyle's Halberd. If I had been able to switch up to something else, one of my elemental weapons, then I could have got some damage through that shield, but some elemental damage, that is, but turns out it didn't really matter. GG to those guys. And here's one of those that I'm going to say, yeah, keep swinging and I'll keep parrying. And then eventually you realize that was dumb. And you're just... It's not going to work. Sometimes you just have to give up. Because if you're not sharp and your timings aren't, you know, spot on for whatever reason, well, you'll just eat some shit. Well, big deal. This guy, I had invaded this guy, and I didn't bother showing it because it was kind of long, but I had invaded him, and he was at the Darkmoon Tomb bonfire, and I had sucked some humanity out of his ass. And we went round and round and round and round and round. And I was playing with my Gargoyle's Halberd plus 10, and I just couldn't do any damage to him. And he was pretty good. But I ended up switching. Oh yeah, pay attention to where we are here, guys, and where we end up. But I'd end up switching to my Chaos Halberd, and I got a backstab on him and killed him. I think he was pretty unhappy with that because, yeah, he went in and went full hollow on me to get that parry off of my Baldur swag sword with Power Within on, and then we get the high-speed point down. So I tried to send him a message after saying, nice parry, but he's one of these fools that you can't message him unless you're friends with him, so it's like, whatever, dude, GG. And yeah, look at this bullshit. I know the game fucks up sometimes. You cannot tell me that Dark Souls is not perfect, but I know it's not. It's like criticizing my son. I just can't hear it. So, but I know Dark Souls fucks up sometimes, and I've had something like this happen before. And my toggles have been pretty bad up until this point. Very bad. But I treat things like a duel here, for the most part. I mean, I know we're invading. So when I see this guy back off and chug, I will back off and chug as well. But just very, very odd that I would invade in the township here. I have not even been to the township with this character. I've not been past Anor Londo. I know, I won't shut up about it. And this guy seemed kind of new, which doesn't mean you can't win. And I'll say this guy came pretty close, and we're going to see it right now. And this was actually my very first toggle into a parry. I have never been able to pull that off. Usually I will toggle out. Like I'll toggle and just try to walk out of the whole situation. But that was the first one that I actually was able to put it all on the line and get the parry off. And I would rather have parried him with the claymore I was using, but the Dark Hand was enough to seal the deal on that one. So of course I gotta keep practicing that kind of stuff. My toggles really, really, really need a lot of work. This was my favorite one though, out of all the ones that I did. And you'll see why at the end. And I think maybe some of you guys are in this camp with me that you can have a good fight with somebody, and if you do have a good fight with somebody, the end to this one is just kind of like the best thing you can hope for. So this guy just got here. You saw at the beginning, he just turned the staircase down. Which I've thought about too, like, if you invade somebody here and they're still up in the rafters or they're on the other side, like they just got here down from the great big elevator, you could do them a huge favor and turn the whole thing for them, because you're going to be on the other side of the staircase that has the lever on it. And then they don't have to do the rafters at all. I wouldn't have a problem doing that for somebody. And this guy kind of takes me to town a bit. You can tell he's trying to parry, which, as you probably know, there is no critical allowed on any moving structure in Dark Souls. And I'm not sure why they changed that from Demon Souls, because, and I don't know if the remake is like that, but certainly Demon Souls on PS3, you can still backstab on a moving structure like an elevator. But Dark Souls 1 just simply did not allow it. So this is my favorite thing of all, guys, the double kill. Had an okay fight with that guy, and it was just like the perfect ending to it. Anyway, guys, that'll do it for episode 2. Stay tuned for episode 3 tomorrow, and I'll see your fine ass later.